Hello students, welcome to my class. Today we are going to discuss few questions related to P block element, that is from group 15 to group 18, and the pattern is for JEE advanced pattern. Okay friend, so let's start the question answer round. Now my first question is, select correct order of dissociation constant in aqueous solution at 298 Kelvin. Clear? Check out the option here. H2O, H2S, H2SE and H2T. That is, we have to compare the acidic strength of the hydrides of group 16 family. Clear? Now, as we all know, listen carefully, higher the acidic strength, higher is the value of Ka, or in reverse we can say higher the value of Ka, higher is the acidic strength. Clear? Now check it out what I am telling. If I talk about the group 16 elements, clear? If I talk about the group 16 element, then what will happen? Check it out. Oxygen, sulfur, selenium and tellurium. Clear? And they form hydride of the type H2O, yes sir, H2S, yes sir, that is H2SE and H2TE. Clear? Now, when we move down the group, size increases, yes sir, size increases due to this reason. It is easy to break the bond. If it is easy to break the bond, then definitely the releasing tendency of hydrogen will be increased. If the releasing tendency of hydrogen will be increased, that is, it will increase the acidic nature. If the acidic nature is high, then definitely it will have high value of Ka. That is, the order is H2Te, yes sir, H2, then I am moving here, H2Se, then H2S and then H2O. This is the correct order of the acidic strength. Therefore, this is the correct order of the value of Ka. Now moving here, look at, check it out, which is the correct option. So in this case, that is H2T, H2Se and H2S and H2O. So for this question, B is the correct option. Clear friend? Now let's move to the next question. Now, my next question is, select correct order of ionization energy. As we know, half-filled or full-filled orbital has high stability and high ionization energy. Now compare the electronic configuration of first case NO and NO. That is, it has configuration outermost 2p3 and 2p4. That is half fill stable, that is it not easy to remove electron, so it will have high ionization energy. Clear? Now let's check O and O2. If I talk about O and O2, that is the electronic configuration pi star 2py1, and in this case the electronic configuration is 2p4. There is an involvement of anti-bonding orbitals, that is, we get this expression from, do you remember, as I discussed in chemical bonding, MOT, molecular orbital theory. So if I write sigma and pi, this is bonding orbital. If I write sigma star, pi star, these are anti-bonding orbital. So there is an involvement of anti-bonding or anti-bonding orbital. So definitely it will lose electron easily. So in this case, O has more ionization energy. That is the order. So option 1 is also correct. Option 2 is also correct. Now talk about the C. This one is 1, this one is 2 Now let's move to the C option, third option. If I talk about N and N2, N and N2, N has electronic configuration that is 2p3 and N2 has electronic configuration 2px2. Now this one is molecular orbital are more stable than single atom. So due to this reason it will require more energy, that is it has ionization energy more than N2. So this is the order, N less than N2. So in this case what, this one is incorrect. Now if I compare N2 and O2, there is an involvement of anti-bonding electron, so it will have more high ionization energy in comparison to O2. So the fourth relation is N2 than O2. Clear? Now which one is correct? First, second and D. A, B and D are the correct option. This is a multiple choice type question, frequently asked question in JEE advanced examination. So for question number 2, we people can say that is A, B and D are the correct options. Now friend, I'm going to rub this part and we'll discuss the next one. Now let's move to the question number 3. Metallic Cu is dissolved in, now write down the reaction here. If I talk about the first option, Cu plus dilute HNO3, then definitely the reaction take place, it forms CuNO3 whole twice. Byproducts are always there, but according to the question CO, that is dissolves. This is the correct option. And if I talk about the reaction with dilute H2SO4, as we know with dilute H2SO4 the reaction is not possible, that is the reaction is not feasible. But if I take Cu plus hot H2SO4, then the reaction is possible and it forms CuSO4. Then in this case we can say CO is dissolved in hot H2SO4, but here not the situation, so this one is not a correct option. Now if I talk about AgNO3, now check out the third option. Wait for a moment, I'm moving here. That is Cu plus AgNO3. It gives you what? It gives CuNO3 whole twice. Clear to you? Yes. Then definitely metallic Cu is dissolved in AgNO3. This is also a correct option. A is correct, B is false, C is correct. Now let's move to the next option. Check out the next option. I'm moving here. Check it out. That is the ZnSO4. What will happen? Look at Cu plus ZnSO4. As we all know, this reaction is not possible because Cu cannot displace Zn from its salt. But if I write Zn plus CuSO4, then what will happen? It gives you ZnSO4 plus Cu. So D option, I'm moving here friend, D option is also incorrect. So for this question, A and C are the correct option. This is also a multiple choice question. Clear? So I'm going to rub this part and let's move to the next segment. Now wait for a moment friend. Now let's move to the next question, question number 4. The correct statement about O3, OO bond length are equal. Check it out. This one is O, this one is the first resonating structure. Clear? That is, this one is the second resonating structure. Now What is the third one? That is the resonance hybrid right here. That is O, here is O, and here is also O. So we can say after watching the resonating structure that OO bond length are equal. This is the correct option. Now, thermal decomposition of O3 is endothermic. This is not a correct statement. Thermal decomposition of O3 is not endothermic. Enormous amount of energy are released. So this is exothermic in nature. This one is wrong. O3 is diamagnetic in nature. Definitely it is diamagnetic in nature. O3 has bent structure. O3 has bent structure. So for this question, A, C and D are the correct option. But B is not correct. Not endothermic. The thermal decomposition of O3 is exothermic in nature. Clear? So friend, going to rub this part and let's move to the next question. What is the next question? Now let's move to the question number 5. This is the matrix matching question. Check it out. Compare oxidizing acid, reducing acid, strongest acid produce when NO2 dissolve in water and disproportionate on standing. Clear to you? Now tell me what will happen in this case. It's your turn, friend. You have to think on it. So think on it, watch them and try to solve it. So tell me what will happen in this case. Check it out. First of all, if I talk about HNO3, that is nitrogen is in +5 oxidation state. It cannot exceed its oxidation state further. So it will not act as a reducing agent, it will act as a oxidizing agent. So P and strongest acid, not if I compare H2SO4, H2SO4 is the strong. You can also take this one as a strongest acid also. But if I talk about H2SO4 and HNO3, then H2SO4 is the strongest. So here is not such comparison. So first one is oxidizing agent, strongest acid produces when NO2 dissolve in water. So best explanation for this, I am moving here, that is P, R and S. Clear? Now if I talk about HNO2, now moving here, check it out. HNO2, in this case nitrogen has oxidation state +3. Yes sir. It can exceed its oxidation state +5. It can decrease its oxidation state up to -3. That is, it can act as a oxidizing as well as reducing agent. So for this, P and Q is the correct option, and it produces when NO2 dissolve in water and disproportionate on standing. So for this, that is for HNO2, P, Q, okay, then S and T. Produce when NO2 dissolves in water. We all know NO2. Do we need to write down the reaction? When NO2 dissolve, that it gives you HNO3 plus HNO2. So this is the reaction. So P, Q, S and T is the correct option. Now moving for H2SO4. Now what will happen in case of H2SO4? Check it out. If I write here H2SO4, then as we know, in this case sulfur has oxidation state +6. This is the maximum oxidation state. Now it can further cannot increase its oxidation state, but it can decrease its oxidation. If decreases, then what will happen? It will act as a oxidizing agent. Yes, this is a strongest acid also. So for this case, what are the correct option for C? That is P and R is the correct option. Now if I talk about H2SO3, now I'm moving here, check it out. If I write here H2SO3, then what will happen? In this case, what is the oxidation state? 3 + 4. Clear to you? 3 to 6 + 4. If that is, it can increase in oxidation state up to +6, it can decrease in oxidation state also, that is maximum oxidation state -2 also. So it act as a oxidizing as well as reducing agent. So in this case what we say, that is P and Q are the correct option. This is the complete explanation. Still if you have any doubt, you can easily approach to. One more thing, I'm not comparing HNO3 and H2SO, but that's why I have taken R also here. Now wait for a moment. Note down. This is the PRN, PQS and T, PNR and PNQ. Again I am repeating, P oxidizing acid, that is a strongest acid, clear, and S produce when NO2 dissolves in water, that is PQS. Okay, for HNO2 PQS and T. Okay, for H2SO4 P and R. Okay, for H2SO3 that is P and Q. Okay, now correct. Now friend, let's move to the next question. This is the matrix match, this is the again the matching type question. Now look at here. Check it out, the color. As we know, sulfur has sulfur has rhombic, that is yellow color. Okay, for P, that is the B is the correct option. 2. Phosphorus, as we know, phosphorus the stable form is gray black. Okay, for carbon, that is the black. Okay, and for iodine we know that is dark violet. Clear to you? So for P, 2 is the correct option. Check it out, for P, 2 is the correct option. Okay, for Q, phosphorus, that is 4 is the correct option. Phosphorus, that is 4 is the correct option. Clear? Now for carbon, that is 1 is the correct option. PQR, 1 is the correct option. And for iodine, that is the dark violet color is the correct option. Now check it out, 2, 3, Q has 4 option, Q has 4, R has 1 option. Which one is correct? Not getting this. Wait for a moment. Wait for a moment. For sulfur has that is yellow, that is this one or this one, either this one or this one, that is maybe A on and B. Now if I talk about carbon, iodine, that is dark violet, that is 3. Okay, and now if I talk about carbon is the gray black. Okay, and for phosphorus, that is the black one. Pardon friend, that is for phosphorus the complete black, and for carbon that is gray black. So for this 2, 1, 4 and 4 and 3, B is the, sometimes it's slight confusing. Carbon has also black, but according to the situation I have taken that this option satisfy the correct match. That's why actually the for phosphorus, that is the sometimes in many books written that is a gray black. So but according to this option, according to this question, the options this suitable match 2 and 3. So we can take this 1 and 4, that for Q that is the 1 black, and for R that is we can say gray black. Clear friend? So for this, that is B is the correct option. Now let's move to the next question. What will happen? Look at, what is the change in oxidation number of nitrogen? This is an integer type question. When very dilute HNO3 react with Zn. Very dilute HNO3 react with Zn. When very dilute HNO3 react with Zn, there is a formation of gas take place, and I am not writing the byproduct, that is N2O. Clear? Now in HNO3 the oxidation state of nitrogen is +5, yes sir, and in N2O the oxidation state of nitrogen is +1. Now check it out, what is given here? That is change in oxidation state, that is 4, 5 minus 1 is equal to 4. Now here is 2, so total change in oxidation state. So be careful, total change in oxidation state is equal to 2 into 4, overall 8 not 4, because here is two nitrogen atom. So the overall change in oxidation state is not 4. This is the only the change in oxidation if I treat only one nitrogen atom, but here is 2, so we need to balance the reaction, and the product here, that is 4 multiplied 2, that is 8. So what is the change in oxidation number of nitrogen when very dilute HNO3 react with Zn metal? So for this we can say the integer type 8 is the correct option. Clear, friend? Now I am going to rub this part. Let's move to the next question. What is the next question? Check it out. Which of the following option is correct regarding XeF6? It acts as a Lewis acid when react with RBF. Okay, write down the reaction. RBF plus XeF6. Okay, then what will happen? It gives you Rb plus and XeF7 minus. Then definitely it is taken the most electronegative atom. So we can say it acts as a Lewis acid. It undergo complete hydrolysis and give XeO3. Check out. That is XeF6 plus H2O. That is on hydrolysis, definitely it gives you XeO3 and plus HF. Yes. So this one is also correct. Now it fluoridates silica to gives XeOF4. What will happen? Write down the next reaction. Is it visible? The third one is XeF6. Clear to you? Now silica SiO2. It gives you XeOF4 and XeOF4 and SiF4. Clear? So this gives XeOF4, XeO3. So this option is correct, this option and this option is also correct. So for this question we can say that is the overall all of the above are correct. Clear, friend? Now check out the reaction here. I have discussed these all things during my lecture also. So wait for a moment. Now let's move to the next question, that is question number 9. Which of the following contain dangling bond? This is GKGS type question. Dangling bond, as dangling bond like this, such linking. This type of linking are dangling bond. As we know, in graphite there is a terminal valency, free terminal valency and the layered structure. So it contain the dangling bond. So for question number 9, D is the correct option. What I'm telling, for question number 9, D is the correct option. Now let's move to the next question. Now the next question is, tell me, read the question. The noble gases have closed cell electronic configuration and are monoatomic gases under normal condition. The low boiling point of the lighter noble gases are due to weak dispersion forces. Okay, low boiling point of lighter gases are weak dispersion forces between atom and the absence of other interatomic interaction. Okay, the direct reaction of xenon with fluorine leads a series of compound with oxidation number +4, +2 and +6. Okay, XeF4 reacts violently with water to give XeO3. Okay, correct. XeF6 also react, also combines. The compounds of xenon gives rich stereochemistry and their geometries can be deduced considering the total number of electron pair in the valence shell. Okay, this is the complete passage. Now check out the question. Question number 1. Argon is used in arc welding. Why argon is used in arc welding? Because as we know, argon is the noble gas very less reactive, then we can that it is the inert in nature. So due to the low reactivity with metal, due to the inertness, argon is used in arc building. Clear to you, friend? So for this question, A is the correct option. Now the structure of XeO3, now you can easily say, sir, this is one of the simplest question. The structure of XeO3, sir, like this. O, remember O, that is O, and this one, sir, the structure is pyramidal. What is pyramidal? Now XeF4 and XeF are expected to be XeF4 and XeF6, as we know, they generally are inert. The most common oxidation state in this case, what we say, if they are inertness, then 0. So they are expected to be oxidizing. What I'm telling, they are expected to be oxidizing, because in all, if I talk about the group 18 element noble gases except xenon, all compound are very inert. If I talk about helium, if I talk about argon, if I talk about neon, if I talk about except xenon and radon, helium, neon, argon, krypton, if I talk about krypton, in xenon there is a slight reaction possible, they forms few compound. So in this case, that is, they are oxidizing. Generally they are treated as a oxidizing. Clear, friend? I think now you can easily solve such kind of question that is completely theory based. One more thing I have to mention here, that is, you have to focus on the structure, how to draw the structure, how to find the lone pair of electron, how to find the hybridization, because frequent maximum number of questions are asked from those sections. So those are very important for you. Clear? Now let's revise the things again. Now for question number 1, what is the correct option? That is the B. B is the correct option. For question number 2, what is the correct option? This is a multiple choice. A, B and D are the correct option. For question number 3, dilute H2SO4 and ZnSO4 in metallic CO is not dissolved. So for question number 3, A and C are the correct option. For question number 4, as I told you, thermal decomposition is exothermic. Otherwise all options are correct. This is also a multiple choice question. A, C and D are the correct options. A, C and D. Check out the things again. Now for question number 5, as I told you, for HNO3, what is P and then S and then R. If we do not compare with H2SO4, for HNO2, P, Q, S and T. Yes. For H2SO4, P and R. Okay. For H2SO3, P and Q. Clear? Now for this, as I told you, B is the correct option. For yellow color, for Q1, black phosphorus, black phosphorus is possible. Sometimes it's written also gray black. So we do not need to bother here. That is, here we check out from we take the option from the given option. So carbon is black, carbon has taken as gray black. Okay, iodine is dark violet. So if I talk about blue and yellow and dark violet, 2 and 4, 2 and 3. For sulfur, that is 2, and for iodine, that is 3. So this completely matches. So this is the correct option, 2, 1, 4. Phosphorus black, carbon gray black. Clear? Now let's move to the next one. What is the oxidation state? In presence of dilute HNO3, when react with Zn, it gives you N2O. So the overall change in oxidation state is 8. So what is the change in oxidation state? Not 4, it is 4 into 2, 8. Now for question number 7, that is XeF6. This one is correct, this one also correct, all. For question number 8, D is the correct option. Now for question number 9, which of the following contain dangling bond? Graphite, due to the presence of free terminal valence electron, free terminal electrons. Now read which one? That is A for this pyramidal shape and for this oxidizing. I think now, friend, you can easily solve such kind of questions. If you have any doubt, you can easily approach to me. So friend, time is calling, time to say bye bye. Thank you so much.